My favourite customer stole in front of me. And I'm so sad about it because this happened like a few weeks ago, but I forgot to talk about it. I'm so sad about it because she was such a lovely lady. She's like this older woman and she literally is so nice. One day I was really, really cold. No, it was actually the night that she stole. I was really, really cold because our store's heating was broken. So she bought me hand warmers, like literally on the spot, bought me hand warmers and like gave them to me so I could heat my hands up. So lovely of her. We were chatting, we were talking about like literally everything. She was in a self-checkout. She was there for like literally 40 minutes checking out all of her stuff. And so we're just chatting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm with my manager as well. And we're all just having a good chat. Like everyone loves this woman because she's so nice and she's got a lot of stories to tell. So we're always listening to her and always telling jokes and whatever. So she checks out all of her stuff. She goes to press pay and then she's like, oh no, like I left my wallet in the car. And then she's like, do you guys mind if I go and grab it? And we're like, no, go for it. Just come back when you get it. So she grabs her handbag over her shoulder and walks out. As she walks out, the scanners go off and they're like assistance required or whatever. When it says that means that they've got something in their bag that has security tag on it, right? So she walks out, we all look at each other and we're like, what the hell? Like she's got something in her bag, but we're thinking it's fine, she'll probably bring it back, scan it, and then like she'll pay. She comes back, her bag's gone. It's in the car. She put it in her car and she's come back with her card. She pays for all of her groceries. She leaves. I look at my manager, I'm like, bruh. My manager checks the security footage. My favourite customer. She put like $100 worth of meat in her bag. Like steaks, all of that. So we had to report it to management and it's like, girl, you were so nice. You were all that. Like you bought me hand warmers. And now I have to report you to management. I was really upset actually because she's a lovely woman. But I can't justify you stealing $100 worth of meat, okay? Probably more than $100 actually because it was just filled to the brim with steaks. Can't believe we didn't notice it when she grabbed it. But we can't stop you anyways. We can't just be like, you're stealing. So, anyways, yeah, I'm really upset about it. I haven't seen her since though. And this was like a couple weeks ago. So, I don't know if she's ever going to come back, but I miss you, but I don't because you steal.
So at boarding school, we weren't allowed our phones in our rooms. No way, Jose, were we allowed our phones. So every night at 9 o'clock, our house mum would tell somebody, go round and collect the phones, put them in a box. Now, some people did cheeky, sneak in and put fake phones in, but she soon caught on. No way were you getting away with a fake phone in that house, love. Anyway, so normal, you know, everyone collect the phones, all right. Phones, and one person gets kept their phone for the alarm. And this night, it was my night to keep my phone. Lord for that. Anyway, so in the morning we get up and the phones are usually all on the table in the hallway, and they're not there. And we all go to her house and they're like, oh, Sue, I'm just gonna call her Sue. The phones aren't there. And she's like, oh well, it's all right. I'm sure I've just put them somewhere. You know, I don't know. And then gets on and on and on. Time to go to school. Where are the phones, Sue? Where are the bloody phones? She still can't find them. 15 minutes later, still no sight of the phones. I'm thinking, shit me, Sue's going to do a runner with all of our mobiles, isn't she? She's going to go down the pawn shop. Anyway, we go into school and she says, it's all right, you guys go and I'll bring in your phones later on when I found them. So we get there. Straight away, about 15 minutes later, we get called in for a meeting. All of Sue's boarders go to a meeting, cracking out of maths I am. So I'm sitting there thinking, what's going on? Turns out, last night, when I was asleep, when we were all asleep in this house, somebody broke in, 2 men to be precise. They rammed down the back gate with a motorbike. They actually knocked on my friend's window, and she did say to me, like before, I heard someone knock on my window last night. I said, oh, shut up, you're being silly. But it was a bloody burglar knocking on her door. So they rammed in, went up the stairs, walked in the house, grabbed all the mobile phones and walked straight back out the front door again, all caught on CCTV. It turns out they had been watching us for weeks, planning this burglary. Well, they got away with it, didn't they? Because not one of my mates got their phones back, ever. Absolutely awful.
So back in the day when I was about in year 9 or year 10, I was on my way to school and I was late as usual. I'm walking down the hill and my head teacher's running up and I'm thinking, shit. My skirt's rolled up, my socks are over my tights, and I've got a full face of fucking makeup on. I'm going into isolation. I'm done. Well, she's flapping her arms about going, get in the quad, get in the quad. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Calm down, babe. Calm down. I already know something's not right because she's just ran straight past me and she didn't mention anything about my socks, my skirt and my makeup. And that woman is very vigilant when it comes to that kind of thing. So I've got to the school now and I'm seeing everyone in the quad and the fire alarms, all of them are blaring. It's like, rah, rah. I'm like, what the hell is World War III about to erupt? What's going on? Some people are crying. Some people are like frantically breathing, like what's happening? Half of the school is actually evacuating and the rest are lining up. I'm like, is there a fire or is it a drill? So me personally, I didn't line up in the quad. I decided to follow the crowd that was moving out of the school because I thought, fuck this, I'm out. Any excuse to not come. And as I'm walking, I've discovered that there's actually been a bomb threat and I'm thinking, shit. So I'm like, well, where are we walking to? Why are we not running home? Turns out the school had a brilliant idea to evacuate us all into the church onto the road right next to our school. I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure if there's a bomb threat, it could mean it's a terrorist. And what if it was like a religious attack? Our school was Catholic, babe. So if they're bombing our school, I'm pretty sure that they ain't missing out the church next door, love. So we've made it to the chapel now, and guess what? Phones are not allowed out. Are you having me on? No phones, and this could be my last day and your last day, and you're concerned about whether my phone is out or not. Anyway, some of us were trying to just sneak out of the chapel and run home. They weren't letting us. Some people's parents have turned up and they're like, give me my child. And they're like, no. And it was all carnage. So it's been about a couple of hours now and we're all getting a bit hungry. Tummy's rumbling. We're all getting a bit aggravated because we're all like sardines in a can in that chapel. Could you imagine the whole fucking school in one? Yeah. Anyway, God bless Tesco's in Wimbledon because they wheeled us up some sandwiches that they made just for us with some Nutella, some jam, whatever, some crisps. It was all right, but if that was my departure meal, I would have given it a fucking 1 out of 10, yeah? You could have put a bit more love into it if you really thought we were gonna, do you know what I mean? Anyway, it turns out it was a hoax call and it was all just a fucking lie. And so we ended up not getting sent home after the trauma. They made us go back to school.
Story time of when my best friend of 8 years flew to visit me and left after one day and blocked me. This story is wild, but we're gonna have to back up a little bit. So me and this girl were virtual friends for the past 8 years. We FaceTimed almost every day, talked about everything, our secrets, our life, literally everything. We had never met in person. I know, crazy. Then she started talking to a guy from my city and she had been talking to him for a month or so. And then she was like, you know what? I'm gonna come visit you because I've been dying to meet you and I could meet him at the same time. So it'd be, you know, killing two birds with one stone. I was super excited because we had tried to meet up multiple times before and it just never panned out. So I was excited to see her and be able to, you know, finally meet in person. I told her that she had to come stay with me, that there was no way she was staying in a hotel. She had to stay with me. And she made it clear, she's like, I'm coming for you, not for him. But like, you know, I'm gonna obviously spend some time with him, but I really mainly want to come for you. And I said, girl, don't worry about it. We can share you, no problem. A few days before she came, I went through something super difficult in my personal life. And I was at a very bad place. And I was talking to her about it because she's my friend. She asked me, she's like, do you want me to stay in a hotel if too much is going on? And I was like, no way. Like, especially in our culture, we're both Arab, it's super disrespectful if somebody comes to your city and stays in a hotel. They have to stay with you. And I saw her as like a close friend. I wanted her to be around and like my house is her house. She's like a close friend to me. She also had mentioned prior that she checked the hotel prices and they were so expensive. So obviously I was never gonna let her stay at a hotel. So a day or two later she came and I couldn't pick her up from the airport because I had a mandatory lab that I had to go to, but the guy she was talking to picked her up. So I told her that I could meet her right after class, but she said she wanted to spend the day with the guy and that she would meet up with me later. So she met up with me later in the evening around like 8:30, 9 p.m. and she'd been here all day, which is fine. I wanted her to spend time with the guy, see if they hit it off. We went for dinner and by that point I was getting really exhausted because I'd been up since 6 a.m. at school, so I was so tired. So we went home, we kind of got into our PJs and just like, I was tired, so I just got in bed right away, to be honest. It was like, I could tell like you're really like in a bad place and like you're not as bubbly as usual. And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, like everything I went through was super hard and I'm just struggling with it a bit. And she's like, yeah, like, I hate to see you like this. Like, you're just so down. And I was trying my best to be as bubbly as I could for her. Like, I was trying my best, but like, you know, as my friend of 8 years, like, she should be understanding of the fact that, like, you know, shit happens. Anyway, so the next morning we got up. She's like, what do you want to do today? I'm like, let's go get breakfast. Then we can go to the mall and then we can play the rest of the day by ear because I know she had dinner with her man later that day. So we go for breakfast and then we're in the car. We're about to go to the mall and she tells me, you know what? I think I'm going to actually book a hotel and leave. Go to part 2.
I can't sleep, so I want to tell you what's keeping me up at night. So you know when people ask you, like, oh, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you in high school? And, like, usually people are like, oh, this crazy party or, like, prom night, like, whatever. Chemistry lab. Year 10. Chemistry lab. I was sitting in the back of the class. I hated that class. Mr. Holloway, if you're watching this. And Mr. Holloway was trying to pour some acid into a beaker or like a big container. And he was saying, like, as long as it's stirred slowly, we should see like bubbles and like a slight poof at the end when everything is mixed in slowly. I don't know what the fuck was going on, right? And he wasn't gonna like put all of it, I don't think. He was gonna only put like a little bit. So, basically I was like, there's this girl that there's a girl that was sitting in front of me. We're gonna call her Sarah. Sarah's a size medium, but like for fashion chose to wear like an X small or a small, right? It's a vibe. Trust me, it was a vibe. And like our uniforms, like it was a vibe. But the teachers disagreed, right? However, she decided to she well, lie out of a cartoon, and no one fucking believes me. But like literally, she started stretching and put her arms like. The button. The button popped the button. You know? Okay, so the button so the button flew and it hit the beaker with the acid and it all make explode. And the fucking button blew. And no one fucking realized it was I didn't want to fucking embarrass her. I saw the whole thing. I was sitting behind her. I saw the whole thing. And I didn't want to say anything. Because, like, it's already embarrassing. Like, her shirt's open now. And, bro, I just died laughing. Like, I died laughing. And the only other person I saw it was the fucking creep that was sitting right next to her. That was staring into her shirt. And he was the only one that saw that it was her. And when I told my friends, no one fucking believed me. Not a single person believed me. Because... I got to touch her because I didn't want to tell him why I was laughing.
These are all the things my best friend of 13 years did to me that made me cut her the fuck off. Also, this is your sign to stop keeping shitty people in your life just because you've known them a long time and you go way back. Because going way back means nothing if they treat you like fucking garbage. So number 1, if I liked or showed interest or even got the slightest bit of joy out of something in this world, she had to fucking hate it. And I don't mean just hate it. She had to despise it. She loved to just go on and on about how terrible she thought the things I liked were every single time that we hung out. It was so fucking weird. It wasn't like dislike, like it was passionate hate. And I swear she would like half these things until I liked it and then she had to hate it. Another thing she would do is intentionally like reach and go out of her way to make me feel unimportant, not good enough, like etc., ugly, whatever the case scenario was, not interesting enough. Like she would just gas the living shit out of everyone around us, like all of our other friends, but make sure she never gave a single compliment to me. But when I say gas up everyone else, I mean like worship the fuck out of every single girl in the friend group except for me. I was like, girl, what did I ever do to you? And since she had that cute little era where she hated everything I liked, the only thing I ever really got from her was criticism, whether it was like about how ugly my outfit was or how stupid my style was or whatever the fuck. Like, she literally wanted me to know how unimportant she thought I was. Like, it was her fucking mission. And that's like a dumbass little thing girls will do if they're like jealous of you or they give you like I want to be you vibes, is they will purposefully just gas up every single person except for you, especially if they think you're like the prettiest person in the friend group or whatever. Not saying I fucking was, but definitely she thought I was, because she made it her goddamn mission to make me feel unimportant. But as for the one thing we did have in common, we both always wanted to be YouTubers since we were super, super little. That solidified for me. And it eventually became my full-time job. And like immediately after my channel blew up, she tried to start her own channel, posted like 2 videos, and then fucking gave up. But ever since that, she's been breaking her goddamn back trying to get me to quit. I shit you not, this girl would call me up randomly and be like, I don't think you should continue social media. Like, internet hate can get really bad. Like, out of fucking nowhere. As if I've never, like, gotten internet hate. Like, as if I don't know what it is. Or if I have, like, a really good month with views or something, she'll be like, oh, social media is so oversaturated. Like, I really think you should, like, quit or, like, find something else. And that quote they say, that's, like, the only people that will talk you out of going after your dreams are the people that already gave up on theirs, is fucking accurate. Also, genuine question, like, are you fucking dumb? Like, you think I'm gonna, like, get off the phone with you and be like, she's right, I might get hate, I have to quit? Like, what the actual fuck? I hate when dumbass people call me telling me dumbass shit. Not to mention, when I was going through one of the most toxic relationships of my entire life, like, fully being, like, traumatized, she stopped being friends with me because I wouldn't break up with him. As if it's, like, that fucking easy. And I don't know, I don't care if y'all come for me for this shit. The way I look at it is, I will be there for my friends no matter if I fucking agree with it or if I don't. I'm not afraid to tell them if they're wrong, but even if I think they made a stupid decision, I will never fucking abandon them. After I finally dumped him, obviously she came crawling back into my life, and guess what the situation was? She was in her own little toxic relationship, and I was there for her like a fucking dumbass. Where was she when I was going through mine again? Oh yeah, she fucking left me. Can't even say anything though, because that's my own dumbass fault. Honestly, the list goes on and on forever, but this is getting a little long, so let me know if you guys want a part 2. But always remember, just because you've known that they existed a little longer than the next guy, doesn't mean that they're still not a shitty person.
Do you want to hear some hot gossip about people that you don't know from a town you've never heard of? So the spooky house has 2-hour parking in the front, and there's like the parking cop guy who has the chalk on the stick, right? And he goes around chalking people's tires. This man has the audacity to come up onto my property and tell my construction crew that they have to move their truck and their trailer every 2 hours. He's all like, oh yeah, just drive it around the block, it'll get the chalk off, and then you can repark there. Like, I don't think so. Nobody's got time for that. I pay these guys by the hour. So I stomped down to the mayor's office and I'm all like, I need a parking permit or something because Mr. Chalky Tires is up my dick and he is driving me crazy. The woman goes, I'm sorry, what did you just call him? And I said, Mr. Chalky Tires, but I can assure you I call him worse. I'm just on my best behavior because I'm in the mayor's office. So she's writing me out parking permits, and I said, quite honestly, this man is driving me absolutely crazy. You're gonna catch me on the front page of the newspaper, woman arrested for fist fighting Paul Blart parking cop. She starts laughing a little bit. Now, this is the most straight-laced lady you've ever seen in your life. Like, she's got a cardigan with cats on it, and she goes, if you wanted to sell tickets to that fight, I would help you. Quite honestly, my money would be on you. We're not too fond of him around here either. I was just not expecting this out of this like little old lady with the muffin top hairdo and the cat sweater. Oh my gosh, everyone hates him.